Now, is this watch appropriate for Batman? I'm thinking not Adam West Batman, I'm thinking more Christian Bale Batman, because this watch, it just has elements about its design and feel, and the aura it gives off for some reason for me is very superhero. It's got the angular design, it's got ultra hex, it's got titanium, it's got a matte dial with BGW9 and C3 lume, it glows really well, and it's got loads of cool looking features. I think it's a bit gadgety, but subtle, a bit like Batman. It's a bit of a dark knight. Now, apologies for my imagination running away with me. You can see the kind of point I'm making. It's got that kind of feel to it. You're going to need to know a little bit more about the specification now. So I've kind of done a movie trailer. No, it's stats and specs, but I found some cool music which sounds a bit like you'd have in a Batman film. So originally called RZE, now RZE with a logo change, which I like. The Resolute, a tough name for a tough watch. I was really shopping around. I bought this with my own money and it did cost a lot, I must say. 366 plus taxes, which really stung me, coming in from Singapore. I thought it was still worth a punt because there's not many watches apart from Boulder watches, which change subject slightly. Person who was originally founded Boulder with the current person who runs it branched away and set up their own brand, which is RZE or RZE, and this is one of their watches. They've done a dive watch, there's this one, and now they've got a chronograph, but their USP is still working with titanium, and that's where this comes in. Their USP over the Boulder watches is this has ultra hex, which is a hardening coating which takes it up to being way harder than steel, so it's a lot harder to scratch. You still have that lightness on this titanium bracelet, less than 100 grams. That's lightweight for a 40mm sports watch, automatic, that's made entirely out of metal. That's really good. And these are all the things that drew me in. I'm thinking I want an everyday wear watch. I don't worry about getting battered too much because it's tough. It's got sapphire crystal. It's really clear and legible. It's understated yet still classy. These are all the things which I've put together to why I bought this watch. But what have I noticed from having this watch a bit of time to discuss that I think are slightly sort of niggles? First thing is screw links. You have to use Loctite. I watched another review, I think it was Peter Costa or Costa, sorry mate, Aussie fella with a review channel, and he recommends as well that you, when you size the watch up, take all the screws out, put a dab of Loctite on the ends, screw them back in, and they don't work loose because apparently that can happen quite easily because of the nature of titanium. They don't put Loctite on them when they first make the watch because they say they want the customers to be able to really easily size the bracelet up themselves, which it was so easy. And again, with all the micro adjusts, I got this to fit me perfectly. I don't like the fact this is actually a stainless steel clasp. It says on there, as you can see. The ultra hex on here isn't that ultra hexy, if that's a word. No, it's not. Because I managed to quite easily, very quickly scratch it. And you can see underneath, grinning through, kind of like the original stainless steel finish. Which is annoying because this is the most vulnerable part. I made a bit of an error. I accidentally grazed it at work and I thought, oh God, that's not that hard, ultra hex. But everything else is wearing up really well. I'm a carpenter, as many of you may or may not know, and I wear this doing loads of tasks and I can possibly scratch my watches. This looks like the day I bought it, apart from that mark on the clasp there. So I can't actually find many other things to criticise at the moment. It is unbelievably comfortable because it's so light and you can get perfect fitment. As you can see on my 7-inch wrist, it is just so perfect the way it fits. Those female end links help it conform immediately. It's got a compact lug to lug and a good case size, but these lovely angular designs on the lugs help it conform down as well very quickly in terms of its design. Actually, there's another criticism. Well, it's all coming back to me now. There's a lot of wobble and play in this bracelet. It's not from bad sort of manufacturing. I think it's just there's quite a lot of movement in between these H links, which the plus side is it makes it conform beautifully and move very comfortably on your wrist. So it's like a pro and a con. It feels like it's wobbly and cheap, but it's actually not. And the other downside to titanium is because it's so light, it can actually make the watch feel cheap. Normally, if you're going to get a solid stainless steel watch, it's going to have a little bit of heft to it. A watch like this would normally be 150 grams with this size and with the bracelet and things like that. So it is significantly lighter as stainless steel equivalent. But the plus side to that again is when you're wearing it, it just melts on your wrist. You don't even notice it. And I like this colorway because there are other options which you can get, like a fume design where it sort of goes blue down to dark around the edges. I didn't like that because I felt a stealthy looking watch, a menacing looking piece that's looking rugged and tough. Having the all black finish with this lovely textured, almost grainy finish to the dial gives it again that more stealthy Batman-esque kind of finish, which is what I wanted. And I also didn't like the date window surround on the other watches. So sort of get a grey dial one, it has a black surround and it just looks like it stands out too much. This one having that satin grey surround blends in with the satin hands and the satin finish of the case and everything. So I feel like this has the most design continuity and symmetry to me. And the fact that they match the date wheels is good. It was easier for the black one, obviously, because that's a more universal NH35 colour date wheel option you can get. But the green one and things like that, and the grey one, you can get it with a different colour date wheel. That's the little attention to detail things I like. It's got enough water resistance for everyday use. And the other thing I must mention is this crown is unbelievable. It's one of the best crowns I've ever used. I'm not joking. It pops out beautifully when you unscrew it. It's 7.5 mils, so it's got such a lovely, easy grip to it. Easy to turn. And it's the easiest to screw back in crown I've ever used. There's no fiddling around. Literally just pops out. Lovely little pop. Easy to screw back in. So lovely. And the feel of it is just lovely. It's got a lovely soft texture to it. And again, that just adds to this gadgety feel of it. It's got unusual textures. Very plain watch, but the thing that takes it to the next level is look at these angles, just these crown guards. It's just like it's been scalloped and sliced and hewn. Slices. The way it's just so angular, yet soft enough. There's no sharp edges anywhere. It's weird, I've had watches that look like they should be soft and smooth to the touch, but they have loads of little sharp edges in lots of different places. But this is like it was chiseled, yet it has got smooth feel to it. It's what makes this a bit of a grower. Initially I was thought, it's okay, it's still growing on me, but the more I wear it and enjoy it, it's these subtle differences and these little details which just take it to the next level. It's so legible. The lume is fantastic. It really is just fun when there's a bit of darkness and it just glows, and you've got the slightly different contrast between the green and the blue lume elements on the dial. I love that the 12, you've just got two of those indices with the little extra colour difference at the top part compared to the bottom part of that 12 o'clock. It's really clever. And these are the things, again, which all add up. Same with those hand lengths. They're spot on. They come right out. Lovely lollipop. The hands got a gorgeous finish. I can't find any fluff or imperfections on this watch. It's been beautifully made. It really is. I expect so for the amount I paid. You are getting a really well-made watch for your money, in my experience. So would Batman be satisfied with this piece? I think overall he would not have any troubles. He could go out fighting crime at night, be able to still read the time, beat up the bad guys and not risk smashing his watch up. And maybe if one day I go full vigilante, this is the watch I will wear. Now, if you've enjoyed my take on this micro brand titanium watch from RZE, definitely check out one of my other playlists and you get to enjoy all my other reviews. Hope you enjoy your viewing experience and just carry on. See you in the next one. Bye for now.